Good morning, children. It's Friday, 12th June 2020. Now, today we'll be carrying on with the story of Theseus and the Minotaur. Learning intention to study traditional myths and legends and understand a particular character. Success criteria: I can understand what are myths and legends. I can understand the qualities of a hero in a myth. I can make a spider diagram and highlight the qualities of a character in a myth. Now we are going to carry on with the story. Now, yesterday we read that uh, there was this king called King Minos, and he always attacked his surrounding kingdoms, and he always attacked the kingdom of Athens. So the king of Athens, uh, he set up a deal that if he does not attack Athens, then every 9 years he would send 7 boys and 7 girls to Crete to be eaten by the Minotaur. Okay, now today we are going to read ahead the myth. 9 years passed very quickly. It was just about time for Athens to send 7 boys and 7 girls to Crete to be eaten by the Minotaur. 7 girls and 6 boys had taken their place to go to Crete. Everyone in Athens was upset. So now there were 7 boys and 7 girls who were chosen to be sent to Crete to be eaten by the Minotaur. Now it's obvious that everybody in Athens, the parents of the children, and everybody in Athens were quite upset about. Prince Theseus of Athens knew the importance of keeping your word. However, he also knew that it was wrong for his father to send small children to Crete to be eaten by a monster just to avoid a battle with King Minos. Theseus told his father that he was going to Crete as the seventh boy. He swore he would kill the monster and end the terror. Now, the king of Athens had a son who was called Prince Theseus, and he knew that his father was wrong in actually sending the children just to stop a war between King Minos and his kingdom. So he said to his father that I will be going as a seventh boy, and he said that he swore that he would kill the monster and he would end the terror. His father begged him not to go, but the prince did not listen. Theseus took his place as the seventh Athenian boy. Along with the other 6 boys and 7 girls, Prince Theseus sailed towards Crete. Okay, so his father tried to stop him and he said that you're the king's son, there's no need for you to go. But Prince Theseus, he was I would say that he was he had such a strong personality, and he was so he thought a lot about his people, and he said that if I'm the king's son, it's my duty and it's my responsibility to go along with the other 6 boys and 7 girls. When the prince and the children arrived on the island of Crete, King Minos and his daughter, Princess Ariadne, came to greet them and welcomed them into their palace. The king told the children that they would not be eaten until the next day, and in the meantime they should enjoy themselves in the palace. So now these people, the Athenian children, they reached King Minos's house, his palace, and they were greeted by him and his daughter. And he said that you won't be eaten until the next day, so you can enjoy yourselves in the palace in the meantime. Now, of course, now if you know that you're going to get killed the next day, I don't know how could he say that you can enjoy yourself until then. But anyway, the children, they decided to just make themselves comfortable in the palace. Later on that night, Princess Ariadne wrote Prince Theseus a note and slipped it under his bedroom door. The note read, Dear Theseus, I am a beautiful princess, as you probably noticed the moment you saw me. I am also very bored of my life here. Without my help, the Minotaur will surely eat you. I know how to save your life. If I help you kill the Minotaur, you must promise to take me away from this island. If you are interested in this deal, meet me by the gate to the maze in 1 hour. Yours truly, Ariadne. Okay, so she sent him a letter and she said that, I know the right way, and if you save me, promise me that you will take me away from this island, because of course she didn't want to live in this kind of a place where there were monsters and all these kind of things were happening. So she said to Prince Theseus that I will help you out, but only on one condition, that you take me away from this place. Prince Theseus decided that this was a fair deal, so he slipped out of the palace and waited patiently by the entrance to the maze. Princess Ariadne finally arrived. In her hands, she carried a sword and a ball of string. Okay, so now, as per her promise, both of them they decided to meet each other by the entrance of the maze. And then Princess Ariadne had a sword in one hand and a ball of string. Ariadne gave the sword and the string to Theseus. Hide these inside the entrance to the maze. Tomorrow, when you and the other Athenians enter the maze, wait until the gate is closed. Then tie one end of the string to the door. Unravel it as you move through the maze. So she said to him that hide these things by the entrance of the maze, and then as soon as you start going inside the maze, unravel this string as you move through the maze, and tie one end to the door. When you reach the Minotaur, kill it with the sword, then find your way back again by following the unraveled string. Theseus thanked her for her kindness, but don't forget, the princess warned, you must take me with you when you leave. Okay, so he was quite happy that the princess helped him, but she said that you have to don't not forget your promise. The next morning, Prince Theseus and the Athenian children were taken to the maze and shoved inside. The door was locked firmly behind them. Following Ariadne's instructions, Theseus tied one end of the string to the door. He told the others to stay behind and make sure the string stayed tied to the door so that he could find his way back. Theseus took the sword and started to make his way through the maze, unraveling the string as he went. Theseus found his way to the center of the maze. And at the center of the maze was the Minotaur. The Minotaur charged at Theseus and he raised the sword that Princess Ariadne had given him and killed the horrible monster. Prince Theseus began to make his way back to the gate, following the string he had unraveled along his way. Now, this is a very short version of the story, children, but actually, the fight and the ordeal actually took place for a long time. So it didn't just end very quickly, but the fight went on for a long time. And then he finally managed to kill the monster with the sword that Princess Ariadne had given him. And then, because he had the string that he unraveled along the way, he could follow it back to the gate. Princess Ariadne was waiting for Theseus at the gate. Theseus and Ariadne gathered the children and ran to their ship and sailed away quietly without anyone noticing. On the way back, they stopped off at a small island called Naxos for supplies. Okay, so finally they were saved and they all sailed back without anyone noticing or without informing anybody. However, Princess Ariadne insisted on coming ashore to rest. There was nothing to do on the island, and soon she fell asleep. Theseus gathered all the children and quietly sailed away from the island towards Athens, leaving Princess Ariadne asleep on Naxos. After all, he did keep his word. Okay, so in the end of the story, Princess Ariadne she was left on the island of Naxos, and with the remaining children, Prince Theseus decided to sail away. So he couldn't take her back to his own land, because I think he must have feared that if her dad comes to know that he's taken the princess away, he might again decide to attack Athens. So he left her at the island of Naxos, and he sailed away with the rest of the children. So he did keep his word because he had promised her that she was fed up of living on Crete. So he did keep his word, but he left her at Naxos. Now, here are a few guided reading questions. Answer these questions in your books. Who are the main characters in the story? What happened at the end? What did Theseus do to the Minotaur? And which words tell you that the Minotaur is scary? Now, after you've answered those questions, there is a challenge. What ideas are we given about Theseus? Why is it easier to read a myth that ends happily? Does the author like the Minotaur? How do you know? And how did you know that Theseus would succeed in rescuing the children? So answer the first four questions, and then these are a few challenge questions. Write down the answers and send them to all the teachers on the Year 5 email address. Now, task. Make a spider diagram of Theseus highlighting his qualities. Remember to use lots of adjectives in your writing. Now, here is an example of a spider diagram. Now, in the middle, you're going to write Prince Theseus, his name. Okay, or maybe you can draw his character. And then around the spider diagram, you can write some of his qualities. So, for example, what could one of his qualities be? So, he was very brave. So in the one of the circle you can write down brave, and then give the evidence that what shows that he is brave. So write down the evidence that he decided to fight the Minotaur single-handedly, so he's brave. Then the next adjective is you can say that he keeps his promises. So what word can you use for that? Someone who keeps his promise. So he's maybe honest, he's truthful, all that. And then write down the evidence which says that why is he honest, why is he truthful, why is he brave. So under the quality, you have to write down the evidence as well. That why have you written all these qualities about him? Right? At least I would say five or six qualities about Prince Theseus. Okay. Good luck with the task. Email to me all of your answers, and we will be all the teachers will be happy to mark. Good luck and bye bye. Now, children, before I leave you, I just need to remind you about the reports, end of year reports. Now, some of you have still not sent me your pupil comments. Now, those children who haven't sent me your pupil comments, you can answer these questions and send it to me via the Year 5 email address. What did you enjoy most about school this year? What was your biggest achievement? What are you hoping for next year? Send all these answers via the year group email. I know many of you have sent your pupil comments, but there are still some children who haven't sent me their pupil comments. Please see that you send me your pupil comments on the year 5 email address so that I can put it in your end of year report. See you on Monday. Bye.